Well, super proud of the guys. Four in double figures, almost a fifth. Everybody got to play. Chris made Sports Center. So it just those are always a good feel good game. So appreciate the guys' effort. Shout out to the Hoosiers, national champs. So shout out to my home school. It was a great night last night, and I just thought our guys brought a lot of energy tonight. We've had maybe our two best practices of just talking, and I thought tonight we really talked on the defensive end, and our efficiency was in the 80s. We did a lot of good things defensively, so it was good to see. Anytime you can get everybody in and play well, that's a lot of fun. So it's been a tough stretch. We've had a lot of games without a day off. So tomorrow, getting a day off for the guys, and we got Thursday. New Mexico plays tomorrow, so we're going to watch that live on TV anyway, and prepare for that as quickly as we can because that's obviously a daunting task. Because one, they're very good, and playing in a pit is very, very difficult. So we're looking forward to that road trip.
21 assists to 5 turnovers. Could you just talk about your guys' ability to share the ball tonight?
Yeah, and Shannon, our guys have just. It seems like they're such a together, connected group, and that's why they're fun to coach. And they're starting to keep each other accountable. And we talk about that. That when coaches do less and players start to coach themselves, that line of what you keep hitting as a team then grows. It gets higher, and that's a lot of fun when you can get up above the clouds and see clear skies. That gets to be a whole nother level of play, and not that we can stay there. We got to show consistency with it, but I think the guys are learning that keeping one another accountable and talking helps our defense. We make 12 threes. We're shooting the ball better because the ball's moving and we're getting really good open looks, and it's getting shared. It's not like we had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We had seven different guys shoot a three ball tonight. So we just got a lot of good things that happened tonight. 11 offensive rebounds, and I thought our bench was tremendous. 34-6 bench. So a lot of positives, and obviously offense. Only having 5 turnovers is pretty special.
When Elijah goes out there in the first half and then Amir comes in, hits 2 threes, Chuck follows up with another three. I guess just how important was that little spurt for you guys despite not having Elijah out there?
Yeah, I just think that they've gained confidence. We've had a lot of guys have to step up and play minutes, and I thought Jariah was terrific. Jariah played right at 11 minutes, had 7 rebounds. He was plus 18 while he was in. I thought he gave us great effort. Amir was really good off the bench, knocking down threes and guarding. Peyton really responded tonight in a big way. Chuck was really good. Miles came in and ran our offense, which is always huge for us, and he starts our defense. And then I thought our starters were really good. I thought our starters started the game and the second half. I think we won the second half by 9, 11 points the first 4 minutes. So our starters did a great job, and the bench came in and did what they were supposed to do.
I guess one of those starters we haven't talked about too much at this point is Caleb Lowry.
Yeah.
Just how is he getting more and more comfortable with this D1 game, and he goes plus 25 tonight.
Yeah, and we've been seeing that progression out of Caleb, and you don't see how good it defensively is. He's really good defensively. Made 3 threes tonight, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. Very unselfish individual, and he's a two-way guy. He can guard, but you're seeing how he can score. He was a elite scorer at the NAIA level, and had an injury back in the fall with his shoulder, and I think he's just gotten one that's healed, and he's gotten way more comfortable now with the game, and we're really getting good consistency out of him.
Do you know anything about Elijah's status? Like maybe
I think it's one of his fingers popped out and they popped it back in, so he just taped it up and played, and it's on his offhand. So I liked his effort tonight. He didn't score the ball, but he got 10 rebounds and he really guarded. He blocked some shots. He had 4 blocked shots. I thought he was really active.
There's obviously a clear emphasis all these teams you play are trying to limit him and then worry about everyone else after. Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for them. We had 5 in double figures at Air Force. We had 4 in double figures tonight. So, we win by 33, and Elijah had 6. So I think we've shown we can score in other ways. Our 2 fours, Caleb and Peyton, combined for 24. So we're getting point production out of a lot of different people, and anytime you can stretch the floor and make 12 threes, and we're not taking bad threes. We only took 21. We're taking really good threes, and I thought we're finishing at the rim a lot better. We won the free throw game again. We won the board play. So just a lot of positives tonight. So it's good going into a day off. And like I said, these guys have had a lot of games with not as a lot of practices. So it'll be good to have a complete day off, get away from it, get their classes in order, and get ready for a really difficult road trip.
You mentioned the guys continuing to hold each other more accountable and talking more. Is that just a natural evolution of a team and a new group of guys, or did something, was there a
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just something we've talked about all year long and dating back to the summer. We've got really good guys. We just had Make-A-Wish party. These guys, they serve. They're unselfish. They do everything we ask. They're just a little bit quiet, and they've really worked on it. And I think the last couple of days have been terrific. And they carried that over in the game today. Now, you got to carry that on the road now because now you're going into 15-5 and one of the toughest places to play anywhere in the country. So you better talk in the pit, and so that's going to be the next challenge.
Coach, this is one of the first times I've seen multiple players on the opposing team with negative 30 plus. I mean, we talk about efficiency all the time with you, but just can you comment a little bit more about how efficient your boys were today?
Yeah, and I feel, for Tim, they're beat up. They got a couple guys out. Obviously we didn't. TR was out with back spasms, and Joel's still out. So it's just that time of year where it seems like a lot of teams, but he's got a couple of really key guys that are out. So you always feel for that. But I don't know if we trailed in this game. I think it was tied, and then we led for like 38 and a half minutes. So the guys just did a good job starting each half, finishing each half. Things that are really important and valuable to us, and they did a good job with it.
And then you mentioned the Make-A-Wish pizza party that you had with the kids and everything. I mean, how does that shape this team? Talk a little bit about it. How does it shape this team, and how does that come into your culture and make sure that it's a foundation of it?
Yeah, I think we even had some guys talk about it, that they understand that's what we talk about it all the time, serving others, people that are going through tough things, and obviously Make-A-Wish is about the kids, and having kids that we had an individual in there that had treatments 7 straight days in the hospital, and little Asher. I mean, Asher's growing up now. He's 11 years old, I think now, but he's been with us. He's been in this press room the last 4 or 5 years, and so it's difficult watching children that have to go through some tough things. And if our guys can brighten their day, get them to smile, they get to bounce a ball at Lawler, they get to be lifted up by Jariah or Elijah to dunk the ball, and then they get to hang out in the president's area here with a pizza party with the guys. That's uplifting. But what those kids don't know is how inspirational they are to our guys. And maybe the best prep we had was the pizza party, because I think the guys really enjoyed that party with Make-A-Wish, and it even made them play harder. And that's always good to see.
And then lastly, I know you talked a little bit about watching New Mexico. I know it's coming up.
Yeah, I've only seen them play a couple times, but really good, and really good at home. They haven't lost at home. That's a tough place to get wins. I've coached there, and I've coached against them in there. So that is it's one of the top 5 home courts in all the country. And so we know we've got to go in there, and for 40 minutes, we got to be really tough-minded, and hopefully we can get some rest. Hopefully TR can get back. But in the meantime, a lot of guys need a little banged up, not anything serious, but just get their minds away from it for a good 24 hours. And then we'll have 2 good practices Thursday and Friday.
Didn't ask you this last week, but just your thoughts on any transfer.
Well, I'm on that committee. Coach Neal wanted me to get on this committee, so I kind of blame him. But I've been on that committee, and it's something that I was very much in favor of, voted for it to make sure it was pushed past the Final Four. One, the NABC, which is our coaches' organization, it should be about going to the Final Four. It should be celebrating our game. It should be celebrating the 4 teams that are there, and having meetings, dinners, lunches, clinics with colleagues, and learning from one another. And that's what the NABC Final Four has always been about. And with that portal opening and earlier than that, that's one of the things I said on the committee. It's hard for me to go to the Final Four if the portal's open. I need to be talking to kids and on Zooms and those type of things. So I think the window's way better. It's the Tuesday after Final Four for 15 days, and it doesn't penalize you if you make the Elite Eight or the Final Four. That should be a celebration. And so I think it allows coaches now to go to the Final Four and celebrate our great game too. So very pleased that that's passing.
Can you describe the exchange that you had with Tim Miles there at the end where you're drawing a line on the court, making sure that...
Oh, he was wanting to know where his coaching box was earlier. He couldn't find his coaching box line. So I've done it several times. He went out for a media timeout, and it wasn't a media timeout. And I've done that several times. So I was just telling him he's got to, until the media timeout, he's got to stay in this side of that line. So Tim and I go way back. I got so much respect for Tim. He does a phenomenal job. And we go back from when I was at New Mexico. He was at Colorado State. And then I go to UCLA, and he's in the Big Ten at Nebraska. And now we're back in the Mountain West again. But Tim's guys always play super hard and are well coached. So I got a lot of respect for him.
Steve, pretty solid atmosphere tonight. Looks like just shy of 7,900. What do you want folks in the community to know about your program, how they can fuel your guys, and for folks who maybe have not taken the time to come watch you, what do you want them to know, considering this kind of effort too?
Yeah, I think you saw our guys. You saw them in a lot of stuff went public with our Make-A-Wish, and you get to see what they're doing off the court. They've been doing great things in the classroom, and they are fun to watch. They're an unselfish group, and you saw a group. Chris gets a dunk, and you would have thought we just won the conference. I mean, they celebrate every day is how hard they work, and I very much been doing this a long time, and this is a team that I've said I love them. They work hard, they listen. Doesn't mean they're going to be perfect. Doesn't mean they're going to win every game, but they are fun to watch. They're fun to support. So if you haven't been out, get out and see them because it's a very fun, unselfish group to follow, and I think you'll enjoy what you see because they're going to come to work every time.
If there was a camera on you when you were watching that Indiana game last night, what would we have seen?
Second and one, with 1 yard to go, it was over. And so the movement out of an All-American tackle had me a little bit concerned because I know how explosive Miami is. But when the pick happened, it was a pretty exciting moment in the Alford house.